Have you ever felt it? You're doing everything right, but the results you were promised never arrive. Pause. Do not answer with your mind, answer with your soul. Because if this question ignites something inside you, know this is no accident. You were not led here by chance. You were guided by law.it as the echo of a silent war you have been waging within yourself, a search for the code that unlocks the gates to your potential. Today, that search ends and your real training begins. For years, I have watched good men, strong men, get left behind, obeying every visible rule while an invisible force holds them back. That force has a name. It is the static of a misaligned mind, and I am here to give you the frequency that cuts through the noise. This message is the key you have been searching for in silence. What you do with it will define the man you become from this day forward. This is not another video. This is your enlistment. Subscribe now and report for duty. Your transformation is mandatory. 1. The call to the Sulu are here for a reason. Let that sink past the noise of your daily life and into the core of your being. This is not a random. Click.it is an answer to a question you have been asking in silence, perhaps for years. As you watch your potential remain locked away, you have followed the rules. You have put in the hours, the sweat, the effort. You have been the good soldier following a flawed map, leading you in circles. The frustration you feel is not a sign of your weakness. It is the righteous anger of a king trapped in a prison of his own mind. This is the moment the prison doors are blown open, but I will not walk you out. I will give you the code to teleport out. The old you, the one who operates on hope and effort alone, expires today. A new command structure is being installed. This is your awakening. The part of you that knows it was made for more has brought you to this training ground. The war is not outside. It has always been inside, and your first command is to listen. Your victory depends on it too. The law of destin, forget coincidence. Erase the word luck from your operational vocabulary. Your life, your results, your current reality are the direct output of the code running in your subconscious mind. It is pure cause and effect. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a product of your internal programming. The silent search that brought you here was the first flicker of a new program, a desire to break free from the old operating system of the masses, the one that preaches work hard but hides the secret of align hard. You felt the flaw in their system, even if you couldn't name it. Today, you will name it, you will dissect it, and you will replace it. This is not about motivation. Motivation is a fleeting emotion for the weak. This is about installation, the installation of a new law in your soul. I am the architect of my reality. My focus commands my results. Repeat that in your mind. Feel the shift from passenger to pilot. This is the foundational truth upon which we will build your empire. You are not subject to the world's laws. The world is subject to yours. From this moment forward, you operate from a position of command. 3. The pain of unrewarded effort. Let's call the enemy by its name. It is the soul-crushing weight off, pouring your life force into a project, a career, a goal, and receiving nothing but silence and failure in return. It is the invisible wall you hit when you feel you are giving your all. You see others, seemingly less dedicated, less skilled than you, effortlessly glide past you, achieving the success that should be yours. This creates a poison in a man's soul, a corrosive blend of resentment and doubt. What am I doing wrong? You ask. Why not me? This pain is not a punishment. It is a diagnostic signal. It is your spirit screaming that your strategy is wrong. You are fighting a tank with a knife. You are using brute force where a single, well-aimed, energetic pulse would obliterate the obstacle. Your effort is not the problem. Your point of energetic origin is, you have been broadcasting a signal of struggle, and the universe, in its perfect, impersonal logic, has sent you more reasons to struggle. Today, we change the broadcast. We change the signal to one of victory. 4. The fundamental question. So we arrive at the question that separates the slaves from the masters. Why? Why does the man of virtue and hard work often struggle, while a man of vision and alignment seems to bend reality to his will? The world will sell you lies about injustice, luck, or privilege. Reject those lies. They are tranquilizers for the ambitious, designed to keep you sedated and stuck in a prison of mediocrity. The truth is not political, it is mathematical. It is a law of energy. The universe does not respond to how hard you work. It responds to the clarity and intensity of the signal you emit. It responds to the identity you hold in the core of your being. The man who struggles believes in struggle. He expects it. He is aligned with it. The man who wins believes in victory. He expects it. He is aligned with it. This is the great secret hidden in plain sight. Your results are not a reflection of your effort, but of your identity. You are not failing because you are unworthy. You are failing because you are operating with a loser's code. 5. The revelation of the universal law of energy. Here is the law that will become the new foundation of your reality. Wealth, power, and success are not things you chase. They are energetic frequencies. Like a radio station, they are always broadcasting. You simply have to tune your receiver, your mind, to their frequency. This is not a metaphor. It is the physics of achievement. Every thought you have, charged with emotion, creates a vibration. Thoughts of doubt, fear, and scarcity vibrate at a low, heavy frequency. They can only attract circumstances that match them. More reasons to doubt. Thoughts of certainty, command, and abundance vibrate at a high, powerful frequency. They are a magnet for their physical counterparts, opportunities, insights, and wealth. You have been trying to build a skyscraper on a foundation of mud, wondering why every floor you add leads to a collapse. It's time to stop building and start excavating. You must tear out the old foundation of doubt and scarcity, and you must pour a new foundation of unshakable, powerful certainty. This is the work. This is the only work that matters. 6. The diagnosis of internal failure. The failure you have experienced is not a judgment on your worth. It is a simple technical feedback loop. Your output is flawed because your internal code is corrupted by a virus called "I am not enough," or "What if I fail?" This virus runs in the background of your mental operating system, consuming your processing power, slowing your execution speed, and corrupting every command you try to give yourself. You decide to act, but the virus of doubt lags the system and creates hesitation. You aim for a goal, but the virus of scarcity whispers that it's not for you. You are fighting a war with an enemy inside your own command center. You cannot win by fighting harder on the battlefield outside. You must first quarantine and eliminate the traitor within. This is not a battle of willpower. It is a battle of code. Willpower is temporary. It's a battery that drains. A new code, a new identity, is a self-sustaining power source. Today, you become the programmer, not the program. 7. The installation of the identity paradigm. Here is the shift that will change everything for you. Stop focusing on what you need to do. Start focusing on who you need to be. The world doesn't give you what you want. It gives you who you are. Action is a consequence of identity, not the other way around. A man who identifies as a warrior does not need motivation to train. He just trains. A man who identifies as a king does not hope for respect. He commands it. You have been trying to act like a successful man while identifying as a struggling one. This internal conflict is the source of all your self-sabotage. The question is not what actions will make me wealthy. The question is, who must I become for wealth to be the natural result? You must become the man whose mind is an impenetrable fortress against doubt. You must become the man whose certainty is so absolute that the universe reorganizes itself to match it. To become this man, you install his identity through ritual and repetition. Now give yourself this command, respire fundo. Repeat in your mind, I am the commander of my mind. My identity is my destiny. I am forging a new self. 8. The hard truth of deserving. Prepare yourself for a truth that shatters the victim mentality. The universe is not a charity. It is a mirror. It does not give you what you ask for with your words. It gives you what you demand with your deepest held belief about what you deserve. You can say you want $1 million all day long, but if, in the core of your being, you feel you are only worth 1,000, the universe will conspire to make you lose the rest. Your energetic set point, your deserving level, is your destiny. This is why lottery winners so often end up broke again. Their bank account changed, but their internal identity did not. They were given a king's treasure, but they retained a pauper's mind, and their mind inevitably recreated its old reality of lack. Your mission is not to earn more money. It is to expand your capacity to hold it. To raise your deserving level so high that wealth has no choice but to find you, and more importantly, to stay with you. This is done by systematically destroying every belief that tells you you are not worthy. 9. The first ritual of commitment energy words are codes. They are commands given to the subconscious. Speaking a word, writing it down, is a physical act of creation. It is the first step in transmuting the invisible into the visible. We will now perform the first ritual to seal this new frequency. This is not for me. This is not for an algorithm. This is a contract with yourself, a declaration of war against your old self. It is you looking the universe in the eye and stating your intent. It is the first push of a flywheel that will become an unstoppable force. You will now move from passive listener to active participant. Go to the comments section and write one single word: energy. Do not think about it. Do not analyze it. Just execute the command. By typing this word, you are closing a door on your past. You are announcing that you are no longer available for a life of mediocrity. You are declaring that you are ready to become the master of your own energetic state. This is your first act of the new man. Do it now. 10. The promise of the master key. What you have just done is more powerful than you can imagine. You have used a physical action to anchor a mental decision. You have drawn a line in the sand. On one side, your past of struggle. On the other, your future of command. The information in this video is the key that unlocks that future. But a key is useless in the hands of a man who refuses to turn it. It does not matter how many times you have failed before. Every single one of those failures was training, preparing you for this moment. They were strengthening your desire, clarifying your purpose, making you so sick of mediocrity that when the real code was presented, you would be ready to receive it without hesitation. That moment is now. You are ready. Your past has no power here. Your excuses are invalid. The opinions of others are irrelevant noise. The only thing that matters is the decision you make now and the discipline you apply to execute on that decision, starting today. 11. The deconstruction of the hard work myth. Prepare to incinerate one of the most enslaving lies ever told, the belief that hard work guarantees success. What a beautifully decorated trap. A noble-sounding lethet has chained millions of strong men to a life of quiet desperation. I am not telling you that work is without value. That is a fool's idea. Work, when it is the physical expression of a mind aligned with purpose, is devastatingly powerful. But brute force labor, blind work, the work of a man who only uses his hands without first commanding his mind, leads only to one place: exhaustion. Look at the evidence. The world is filled with hard-working men who are broke. They wake up early, they stay late, they sacrifice everything. Their reward? A lifetime of just enough to get by. This is not a failure of their work ethic. It is a failure of their mental model. You were not born to be a beast of burden, trading your life force for survival. You were born to be a creator, an architect of reality. You are here to command your mind to create a blueprint for success, and then use aligned action as the final, effortless step of creation. 12. The distinction between blind and directed work. Let's make this distinction a razor's edge in your mind. Blind work is action originating from a state of fear or lack. I have to do this, or I'll be in trouble. It is reactive. It is heavy. It is pushing a rope. It drains your energy and produces minimal results. Directed work is action originating from a state of clarity and command. I choose to do this because it aligns with my vision. It is creative. It is light. It is releasing a draw narrow. It multiplies your energy and produces exponential results. The same physical action can be one or the other, depending on the mind that directs it. Consider Henry Ford. He did not work harder than the thousands of men assembling his cars. He worked with a level of vision and directed thought they could not comprehend. His true work was done in the silence of his mind, forging a vision so clear that it organized the actions of thousands of men into a world-changing empire. You must stop being the man on the assembly line of your own life, performing repetitive, blind actions day after day. You must become the Ford, the visionary, the commander, the one whose real work is the forging of an unshakable inner vision. 13. The principle of attraction vs. pursuer is a fundamental shift in your operational strategy. The weak man pursues. He chases money, chases success, chases women. His chasing energy screams of neediness and lack, and just like in nature, the thing being chased senses the predator of desperation and flees. The powerful man attracts, he does not chase, he focuses inward on building a mind, a character, a vibration so powerful that he becomes a gravitational force. He becomes the center, and the things he desires are pulled into his orbit naturally without effort. Think of it as a fire in the darkness. A small, desperate man runs through the forest, chasing after moths, trying to catch them. He is clumsy and fails. The powerful man sits still and builds a bonfire, and all the moths and everything else seeking light and warmth come to him. Your mission is to stop chasing moths. Your mission is to build your internal fire. That fire is your purpose, your discipline, your unshakable certainty. Make that fire so bright that the opportunities you once chased no fight for a chance to get close to you. 14. The parable of the two men. Observe the two archetypes that exist all around you. First, there is the grinder. He rises at a.m. He works 12-14 hours. He lives on caffeine and adrenaline. His phone is a constant source of stress. His bank account year after year remains stagnant. He is aging in dog years. Then there is the architect. He seems to work less. He has time to think, to read, to walk in nature. Yet his wealth, his influence, his freedom all expand exponentially. His life seems to be a seamless flow of power and success. Is the world unjust? No, it is ruthlessly just. The grinder is being rewarded perfectly for his internal state, a state of constant, stressful effort. The architect is being rewarded perfectly for his internal state, one of vision, clarity, and command. Each man is a magnet, attracting the circumstances that perfectly match his own vibration. You have been trained your entire life to be the grinder. Society celebrates this path because it creates compliant workers, not sovereign kings. Today, you reject that training. You begin your apprenticeship as the architect. Declare it now, in your mind, state with force. I am the architect. I build my world. 15. The parable of the wise rich man. A young, ambitious man, burning with desire but plagued by failure, approached an old, immensely wealthy industrialist. Sir, the young man pleaded, tell me what I must do to achieve what you have. The old man smiled, a smile of profound understanding. He looked the young man in the eye and delivered a line of code that changed his life forever. Son, he said, your focus is wrong. It is not about what you must do. It is about who you must become. Become the kind of man to whom wealth is naturally attracted, and the doing will take care of itself. This is the master key. Stop obsessing over the perfect plan, the perfect action, the perfect script. That is the trap of the intellect, a servant masquerading as the master. Obsess instead over forging the perfect identity, the identity of a man so disciplined, so certain, so aligned that failure cannot exist in his presence. When your identity is locked in, the right actions become obvious and effortless. The right people appear, the right doors open, but the identity must be forged first. In the fires of discipline and self-command, this is the work. This is the only work. 16. The creative power of focused thought. Our mind is a broadcasting tower, not just a receiver. Every thought you hold, sustained and charged with emotion, is a signal sent out into the quantum field of all possibility. It is a seed you plant in the invisible soil of reality. The problem is not that your thoughts lack power. The problem is that you are a careless farmer. You plant a seed of desire for wealth, but then you water it all day long with the poisons of doubt, fear, and worry. What if it doesn't work? I'm not good enough. It's too hard. Each of these thoughts is a drop of acid on the seed you just planted. You are actively sabotaging your own creation at the most fundamental level, and then you have the audacity to wonder why your garden is barren. A master of this law understands that his mind must be a guarded greenhouse. He plants his seed of definite purpose, and then he fiercely protects it. He waters it only with thoughts of faith, certainty, and expectancy. He knows, with the calmness of a master farmer, that germination is a law and the harvest is inevitable. 17. The bridge to physical action. Now, let's be clear. Thought alone, without a bridge to the physical world, is delusion. Thinking about building a fortress is not the same as laying the first stone, but the fortress must be built completely in the mind first. The blueprint must be perfect before you command the body to act. Action is the final, almost ceremonial, step in the creative process. It is the act of harvesting the crop you have so carefully cultivated in your mind. The man who struggles acts first, hoping his action will create clarity. He is lost. The commander achieves absolute clarity first, and then his action becomes a mere formality. This is why the aligned man seems to get more done with less effort. His actions are not born of struggle or hope, they are born of certainty. They are precise, efficient, and powerful, like a master surgeon's cut. There is no wasted movement, no hesitation, no second guessing. Your new protocol is this: clarity first. You will not take a single step until the vision in your mind is so real, you can taste it. Then, when you act, you will act not as one who is trying, but as one who is simply claiming what is already his. 18. The requirement of a clear purpose energy that is not directed is just noise. It is chaos. A river without banks floods the land and creates a swamp. The same river, channeled by strong banks, can power a city. Your mental energy is that river. Your purpose is the banks, without a crystal clear, written down, definite chief aim. Your powerful mental energy dissipates in 1,000 different directions. You worry about bills, you get angry in traffic, you get distracted by trivialities. You are a nuclear reactor with no containment, melting down into mediocrity. A man with a purpose is a different species. He is a directed force. He wakes up and his purpose pulls him out of bed. He makes decisions and his purpose is the filter. Does this serve the mission? If the answer is no, the option is deleted. There is no debate. This is the power you are building. It starts with a decision. Right now, you must decide what your definite chief aim is. You don't need all the steps. You just need the destination. Declare it to yourself. Burn it into your mind until it is the only thing you see. 19. The battle plan, the 5 practical orders theory without action is cowardice. Here are your marching orders. These are not suggestions. They are commands. They are the daily rituals you will use to forge your new identity and reprogram your mind for absolute victory. First, you will write down your definite chief aim every single morning and every single night. You will write it in the present tense, as if it is already a reality. This is not a wish list. This is you issuing a command to your subconscious mind. This act alone will align your mental forces. Second, you will create a single, powerful affirmation of your new identity. Something like, I am a magnet for wealth and power. You will repeat this dozens of times a day, especially when you feel doubt creeping in. This is your counter-virus software. Third, you will identify one person in your life who drains your energy and you will cut contact or minimize it drastically. You are building a fortress. You must secure the perimeter. Fourth, you will move your body with intensity for at least 30 minutes every day. A weak body cannot sustain a powerful mind. Your physical energy is the foundation for your mental energy. Fifth, you will spend 15 minutes every single day in absolute silence. No phone, no music, no distractions. This is where you will receive your strategic orders from the commander within. Execute this plan without deviation. 20. The parable of the woman's affirmation. There was a woman drowning in debt, whose every thought was a prayer to scarcity. Her constant, repeated mantra was, I don't have enough. And the universe, in its perfect obedience, always made sure she was right. She was trapped in a prison of her own creation, the bars forged from her own words. One day she was given a new code, a new command to issue to herself. She was instructed to look herself in the mirror every morning and declare with force, I am a magnet for money. It is drawn to me constantly and effortlessly. For the first few days she felt ridiculous. Her logical mind fought back, but she persisted, executing the command with the discipline of a soldier. On the 6th day, an old client she had forgotten about called out of the blue to pay a large old invoice. On the 10th day, she was offered a project in a field she had always dreamed of. Was it magic? No, it was physics. She changed her broadcasted frequency, her core vibration. She moved from the frequency of lack to the frequency of attraction. And the world, which is nothing but a giant receiver, had no choice but to respond to the new signal. Your words are not descriptions, they are instructions. Use them as such. 21. The declaration of alignment. Listen closely. This is the core truth you must weld into your soul. You are not far from the wealth, the power, the freedom you desire. It is not on some distant mountaintop, reserved for a chosen few. It is right here, right now. You are simply misaligned. Imagine a powerful radio signal carrying the symphony of your perfect life. It has been broadcasting to you since the day you were born, but your receiver has been tuned to the static of doubt, fear, and self-pity. You have been hearing the wrong station and believing it was the only one on the air. The pain you feel is the dissonance between the frequency you are meant to receive and the static you are currently tuned into. It is a signal of misalignment. Your work is not to change the world. It is not to work harder. It is simply to turn the dial, to retune your mind. This retuning is done through the disciplined application of the commands I am giving you. It is done by starving the frequency of doubt and feeding the frequency of certainty. This is the great work. This is the war for your own mind. It's time to choose your frequency. 22. The creator vs slave archetype. Every man, at every moment, is living as one of two archetypes. There are no other options. You are either the slave or the creator. The slave obeys his circumstances. His mood is dictated by the weather. His actions are dictated by his bank account. He is a reactor, a victim, a leaf in the wind. The creator commands his circumstances. He is the architect of his own internal state. He does not need the sun to shine to feel warmth within. His actions are dictated by his vision, not by his current reality. He is a cause, a commander, the wind itself. For too long, you have been conditioned to think and act like a slave. To wait for permission, to react to problems, to hope for a better future. Hope is the currency of the slave. Certainty is the currency of the creator. You must burn the slave ship. There is no going back. Now you will perform the ritual of declaration. Stand up if you can. Breathe in power. And state this aloud or in a commanding internal voice. I am the creator of my world. I obey my vision, not my fears. My will is law. 23. The second ritual of commitment alignment. You have declared your new identity. Now you must anchor it in a physical act of commitment. This is how you signal to every level of your being that the old you is dead. The new commander is in charge. The masses consume information passively. They watch, they feel a flicker of motivation, and they forget. They are tourists in the land of self-improvement. You are not a tourist. You are a soldier, an operator, an architect. You do not consume. You install, you integrate. You become. To seal this code of alignment into your very DNA, you will execute another command. This is your public declaration. Go to the comments section right now and type 2 words. I am aligned. This is your flag planted on new territory. It is your message to yourself and to the world that you have chosen your side. You are no longer available for the frequency of mediocrity. Execute this command. Now. 24. The seizure of personal power, the greatest asset you will ever possess, is not in your bank account or your portfolio. It is the 1200 grams of matter between your ears. It is the command center of your reality. Your mind, you are its sole commander. You have always been, you just forgot. Today you remember. Today you retake the throne. Every single morning you are faced with a choice the moment you wake up. Will you operate from a position of faith or from a position of fear? Will you broadcast a frequency of abundance or a frequency of scarcity? This is the only choice that matters. It is the master switch for your entire life. The undisciplined man allows his feelings and circumstances to make this choice for him. He is a puppet. The commander makes this choice consciously, deliberately, ruthlessly. He chooses faith. He chooses abundance. He chooses command. He does this even when, especially when, his external reality shows him the opposite. This is the essence of power, to hold the vision regardless of the circumstances. This is the power you are now reclaiming. 25. The final affirmation of the unstoppable force. Let this final truth be engraved on the walls of your mind. When a man fully and completely aligns his thoughts, his emotions, and his actions with a single definite purpose, he becomes something more than a man. He becomes a force of nature, an unstoppable force. An unstoppable force does not need luck. It does not need permission. It does not negotiate with obstacles. It grinds them into dust. It bends reality around itself not through struggle, but through the sheer, overwhelming power of its coherence and certainty. This is the state you are building towards. This is the man you are becoming, one disciplined. Day at a time, the journey will require you to incinerate the parts of you that are weak, the parts that doubt, the parts that crave comfort. Be grateful for this fire. It is the fire of the forge, burning away the slag to reveal the pure, unbreakable steel within. You were not born to be slag, you were born to be a weapon. Now it is time to act like one. Your war has already been won. In the mind, go now and claim your territory. Your training for today is complete, but your war is eternal. The mission does not end here. It is reinstated every single morning. This is not a video you watch once. This is a code you run daily. Your mission is to return to this briefing. Make it your ritual. Run this code every morning while the world is still asleep, and install this certainty before the static of the day can infect you. This is your new standard. This is your command to continue receiving these tactical briefings and forge your new identity. Subscribe now and activate notifications. This is your commitment to the war. Go to the comments and report your status. Right, alignment is my weapon. Let it be your public oath. You know another man who is fighting this war in silence. A brother, a friend, do not let him fight alone. Share this transmission. Tell him it's time to report for training. Be the leader who recruits another soldier for this cause. Now go execute.